I'm on my way to the city. I'm on my way to the city. So be prepared for me. Mama Ejike slams her cane on the ground. One girl served me stew with no meat and said it's vegan lifestyle. Am I a goat? The woman exploded with laughter. Chickens scattered. Mama Nkechi chimes in. Voice shaking with rage last Christmas. My daughter-in-law blended stew like smoothie. No oil, no aroma, just red nonsense. Mama Kunle raises an eyebrow. At least yours gave you food. Mine sends pictures on WhatsApp and says, enjoy with your eyes. They all gaps. One clutches her wrapper like a scandal just broke. Mama Ejike leans forward like a witch in Nollywood. Mama Kunle, if you don't go and inspect that girl, one day you will bury your son with high blood pressure and Instagram stew. Mama Kunle stares into space, her face slowly turning and tightening like wrapping nylon on suya. She stands. Let me go and see with my own two eyes what that girl is feeding my only son. In Mama Kunle's room, she kneels in front of her Ghana must go bag as she throws in this gele, the size of a car bonnet, empty plastic food containers, small jotter titled City Wife Report, a spoon, one dramatic wrapper with not today Satan print. Her daughter walks past the door. Mama, is it Omugwo? Mama, without looking up, no. I'm going for inspection and surprise ambush. She zips the bag, stands like a general and mutters under her breath. By the time I return, Likos will know I came. Amaka had just finished seasoning and stew when her husband Kule walked into the kitchen, grinning like a boy who had just found out suya was on sale. Guess who's coming to Lagos? He said. Amaka turned from the stove, wiping her hands on the towel. Who? Kunle rocked on his heels. Mama. Amaka's face froze for a second. To visit? To stay just for a few days, Kunle said. She needs a break from village wahala. Amaka's stomach dropped. Mama, her mother-in-law, was not just a visitor. She was a storm in a wrapper, sharp-tongued, traditional, and very strategic. But Amaka smiled and nodded. Of course, she's welcome. Inside, she whispered a prayer. Mama arrived 2 days later, stepping out of the car in full traditional attire, gele, double wrapper, and eyes that scanned the compound like a military general. Ah, Mama, welcome, oh, Amaka said, rushing forward. My daughter, Mama replied, hugging her stiffly. Inside the house, Mama looked around and gave a small approving nod. This house is clean. You've been sweeping well. Thank you, Ma, Amaka said, unsure if it was praise or sarcasm. Later that night, Amaka made pepper soup with goat meat and scent leaves, soft, spicy, and perfectly seasoned. She placed the bowl in front of Mama. Mama sniffed, tasted, then chewed slowly. Not bad, she said. The pepper is not shouting, that's good. Amaka beamed, thank you, Mama. That night, Kunle smiled as he entered their room. She likes your food, babe. Well done. Amaka finally exhaled. Maybe Mama had changed. Maybe, just maybe, peace had arrived. For the next few days, Mama was all smiles and compliments. She praised the egusi. She clapped for Amaka's soft jollof rice. She even asked for extra stew one night. Bring me more, my daughter. You know I don't eat this well in the village. Amaka began to relax. She even took selfies with Mama for the family group chat, but something didn't sit right. Each time Mama finished eating, she would quietly collect her napkin, fold into her lap, and excuse herself. No one thought much of it until one morning. Amaka passed Mama's guest room and heard the rustling of nylon bags. She peeked in and saw Mama tying something to black plastic. Mama, do you need help? Amaka asked. Mama jumped slightly. Ha! No! I was just packing the chin I brought, so I won't forget. Amaka smiled and walked away, but a strange feeling crawled up her spine. A week later, Mama announced she was heading back to the village. I have rested enough, she said, and I have eaten well too. That morning, Kunle helped carry her food flags and wrapper bag. Amaka offered to carry her heavier luggage. No, leave it, Mama said quickly. I can manage. But Amaka insisted, Mama, let me help you now. As she lifted the large bag from the floor, the zipper split open halfway, and with one bounce, thud, clack, a handful of clean, dry goat bones fell out of the bag and rolled across the tiled floor. Everyone froze. Kule blinked. What's that? Amaka bent slowly, picking one up and stared at Mama. Mama, why are there bones in your bag? Mama fumbled with her wrapper. Ah, it's nothing, just leftovers. For the village dogs, the same dogs that refused to bark at you when you left. Mama, Kunle said carefully, what's going on? Mama sighed deeply and sat down on the sofa like someone about to enter court. It's not what you think, she began. In the village, people talk. They say city girls are feeding their husbands rubbish. They said your wife Amaka will only know how to cook selfie and slay soup. Amaka's lips parted in disbelief. I told them she's trying, Mama continued, but they didn't believe me. So I decided to carry small proof. Proof? Amaka gasped. You've been collecting bones like a police officer doing evidence tagging. I didn't mean harm, Mama said, adjusting her head tie. It's just to show them the type of meat I was giving here. They will understand. Kunle stared at his mother shocked. Mama, you smiled every day. You ate everything. You said God bless you after every meal. I was being polite, Mama replied. Amaka folded her arms. Her voice cracked. You could have told me. Instead, you smiled and carried evidence to humiliate me. Mama looked away, guilt beginning to replace pride. The silence stretched for too long. Then Amaka did something unexpected. She walked into the kitchen, opened the freezer and brought out the last pack of goat meat. She defrosted it, seasoned it carefully and cooked it again, this time softer, juicier, more tender than ever. In 45 minutes, she served a fresh plate of stew and meat to Mama. Mama blinked. You're still serving me food? Amaka stood tall. Yes, because your opinion didn't break me. And because I am not feeding gossip, I am feeding family. Mama looked at her plate, then back at Amaka. For the first time, the elder woman looked truly humbled. She picked up the meat and chewed slowly. This one is soft like pillow. 2 days later, Mama returned to the village. By this time, her bag was filled with palm oil, pepper, and chin-chin, no bones. At the next village women's meeting, when they asked Mama Kunle, what did your daughter-in-law feed you? She smiled, raised her shoulders proudly and said, she fed me respect. She fed me dignity. The meat soft, but her heart softer. And when they asked for pictures of the food, she showed them a photo of Amaka plating stew in her kitchen with the caption, no bones, just class. The moral of the story is, not every smile is sincere. Not every compliment is honest, but true strength is in rising above judgment and seasoning your dignity with grace. Hey besties! Thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate your support. I don't take it for granted. If you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe already. On this channel, I currently have a membership program going on, and it's just for a little fee. You get exclusive perks that not just anybody gets. You get to tell me the kind of stories, titles, topics you want to see, and I take them as priority. You also get to be the first person to see my new uploads before any other person, and sneak peeks of my behind the scenes projects. So anytime you're waiting for a new video and I haven't uploaded, just check out my other videos. I'm sure you'll find something you like. And as always, I'll see you in my next video. Bye besties! Mwah.